story begins in 1960, half a century ago, when the United States is a segregated nation. But in Greensboro, North Carolina, 4 young African-American college students, outraged by the daily humiliations of being treated like second-class citizens, decide it's time to take a stand, whatever the risk. Their names are David Richmond, Franklin McCain, Ezeal Blair, and Joseph McNeil. On the afternoon of February 1st, the 4 students walk into the Woolworth's Five and Dime and sit down at this lunch counter, which is clearly designated whites only.
The white waitress who was there came over to them and said, "You know you can't sit here, why don't you just leave?" And they said, "No," very politely, "No, we're going to sit here until we are served."
Soon, a policeman arrives. This is the critical moment the 4 young teenagers had feared most. Fortunately for the 4 boys, the policeman decides not to arrest them.
So eventually the manager just closes down the lunch counter and probably thinks that after they did it this one time, that'll be it.
But the next day, the 4 return with several friends from college who sit with them in protest at the same counter. On the 3rd day, 60 students join in. And by February 4th, the 4th day of the protest, 300 people jam inside the store to show solidarity. Soon the media arrives, and the protest becomes national news. And what started as a grassroots action ignites a mass movement, spurring tens of thousands of protesters to stage sit-ins across the country. On July 26th, after 6 months of unflattering publicity, the Greensboro store reopens with an unexpected announcement.
They reopen, and Woolworth decides to desegregate that store. That was a pivotal moment in the modern civil rights movement and in the history of the United States.